Hello, Libra, and welcome to your tarot card reading for March 2024. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. Thanks to everyone for being here. So for these tarot card readings, you are free to watch for either your sun, moon, or rising sign. If you're interested in your love energies, you can certainly check out your Venus sign as well to see if that resonates for you too. So let's go ahead and keep it short and sweet this month. Let's go ahead and get right into the reading. Hello, Libra, and welcome to your March 24 reading. Let's go ahead and get started here with a card from my Animal Spirit deck. So what is it? Okay, make your dreams real. Okay, we're kind of in this transition period right now, okay? Between Pisces and Aries, we are moving across that equinox point. Last sign toward the first sign, there's a lot of crossover happening. So there's a lot of release and letting go and surrender that happens in Pisces. And then when we start seeing Aries come online, which it will kind of fairly early on in March, when Mercury comes into Aries, we're going to start feeling those sparks and markers of inspiration. I think Aries is an extremely inspired zodiac sign. It's not necessarily a sign where we carry projects through all the way toward full manifestation, but it really is a sign where everything begins. Pisces and Aries is really where everything begins. So when we're talking about making your dreams real, I don't necessarily know that you're going to put all your eggs in one basket and make everything real very quickly. I mean, some of you might. But chances are this is more about slow and integrated steps toward making your dreams real. And that there are some changes. And I believe change is a huge theme for the next couple of months as Jupiter comes into this conjunction with Uranus. This is happening in Taurus. The official conjunction is end of April. But all the way from March through April, Jupiter gets closer and closer and closer to Uranus. Uranus, as we know, is a planet of revolution and change and really shaking things up and kind of tearing apart structures and kind of making room for new structures to be built. So as individuals, there are certain aspects of our lives. And I would say right now, because the sixth house is activated with the sun, there are a lot of daily routines that Libra has established that need to be altered, okay? And that altering those daily routines can be exceptionally beneficial for you in making your dreams a reality, all right? So let's see what else comes out with the moon cards. Be bold and make the first move. Okay. You should know we're moving into eclipse season as well. The full moon eclipse is in your sign on March 25th. So it's going to be the end of March after Aries season has begun. It's not the strongest eclipse, okay? I'll tell you that. It's not a high magnitude at all. It's like a 0 magnitude, but it is an eclipse nonetheless. The big eclipse is going to be the new moon in Aries, which, yes, you will feel because it's opposite of you. That's going to be the biggest one of the year, okay? And that's happening on April 8th. But as we move in through March, we're going to start to feel the building of these eclipses. And usually when we have eclipse energy at play, plus Uranian energy, right? Jupiter and Uranus coming together, when we have both of these things happening simultaneously, it is highly probable, I'm not guaranteeing it, but it's highly probable that there's going to be like this burst of like, go do this, right? It's going to be this very powerful, irresistible pulling that you're not going to be able to deny. And you might do something impulsive. You might do something kind of really unpredictable, right? I don't think it's bad. I think there is an element of destiny involved. You know, usually when the energy gets very intense like this is when we start to make bigger moves. And that can be good because it can kind of speed the process along a little bit and kind of be the catalyst for change. So you can be bold. And actually, I don't even know that this is a function of your free will. Be bold and make the first move. I actually think this is going to just naturally and organically happen, that you, Libra, are going to be bold, that there's some kind of a destiny thing there involved. Okay, so let's see what comes through with the tarot cards. I feel like you've been waiting. Like you've been waiting, some kind of a standstill. You've just been kind of living your life. You've been keeping your schedule the same. You haven't really shaken things up for a while. I think you've wanted to. I think there's a desire for that. Maybe you were just kind of feeling like, well, now's not really the right time, or maybe you were waiting for more money or the right people to show up, or whatever the case is. But I look at this Four of Cups reversed, and I don't see you being very patient. I think that's going to be a really hard thing for you to do and is to be patient, especially when Mercury comes into Aries. It's a really impatient Mercury placement. Was the past several months, right? Mercury is coming through Capricorn and then Aquarius and then Pisces. These are a little bit more slower paced zodiac signs, and they are more willing to extend the time frame. But when we hit Aries, it's like we gotta go. It's not gonna have that same patience that we've had. Not to mention that even as Mercury comes in through Aries, it's going to be moving into his pre-shadow phase, and he'll be retrograding next month, okay, in Aries. Aries only. He's not crossing over between a couple of signs. He's like definitely only in Aries, okay? So we're kind of building up to that too as well. So the patience factor just really isn't there. And you have been patient, Three of Wands. You've been kind of waiting for, like I say, the money or the opportunity or whatever. But I do like the Three of Wands because it is an indication of good things coming. It's an indication wealth and prosperity coming your way. But here, the Eight of Wands, I think this is a speed factor that I think Libra is really, really hoping for. That you're not, now it doesn't mean that there's nothing for you to do, because I think there are going to be things for you to do. Be bold and make the first move. There are actual actions and conversations that need to be had in order for things to really get going. I think Libra is going to have to truly rally, and you're not going to be able to procrastinate and put things off, right? You're going to have to really show up in kind of a disciplined way. Now, the problem with that is that first Mercury comes into this conjunction with Neptune, and then middle of March, the Sun comes into this conjunction with Neptune. Now, why is that a problem? Because Neptune doesn't like structure. Because Neptune is about dreaming and imagination and sleeping, and it's about the flow. So I feel like there's two parts of you that are coming out, and one part is like, I want to make my dreams real. I want to be bold and make the first move. I want to take steps forward, but the astrological environment is like, go take a nap. Okay, but once we hit Aries season, I think we'll feel, I don't know, that Neptune energy can just be very draggy. Now, it can be really creative, so there's a plus with that. So you can use that draggy energy to brainstorm and visualize and meditate and kind of be in your more creative visualization place. And then when we hit Aries, then we can hit the ground running. I'd say that that's a more productive use of the Neptunian energy. But if you do need to isolate a little bit and pull it back just for, that middle of March period, I'd say like March 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, and maybe that's about it, okay? Around that time, That's when the sun comes into conjunction with Neptune. So that's probably going to be a time where you can kind of pull in a little bit. And then last week and a half of March, sun comes into Aries, and you'll feel that more bold energy. Okay, now we have the sun. I love the creativity there. Yeah, that Seven of Coins has been coming out quite a bit. And I think the reason for that is because there are just certain areas of life, not all of life, but certain areas where we've just simply plateaued. Okay, now this is not a time for Libra. I don't think you're going to be feeling very emotional about things. And even, well, actually, hold on, let me backtrack just a minute. I just also want to point out that after the sun comes into Aries on the 19th, and we have the equinox and everything, a few days after that, Mars comes into Pisces at that point. And when he comes into Pisces, he's going to start working his way into a conjunction with Saturn. Now, Mars and Saturn, if you've ever had a private reading with me and you have a Mars-Saturn conjunction in your chart, you know how much I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this transit. I love this placement so much, because this is one of the most productive, structured, hard-working, like everyone who has Mars conjunct Saturn, well, maybe not everyone, there are different manifestations of it, but a lot of people who have that in their natal chart are like freaking workhorses. And if you don't have that in your natal chart, chances are this is one of those times that we don't get all the time. It's not all that common, but where we can just go full in, full blast, hardcore, make it happen. And this is going to be that push. Be bold and make that first move. This is going to be that push that we really need. Plus, it's around the same time as the eclipse. It's just a couple days before the eclipse, okay? So there's going to be a lot of power near the end of March. But like this whole, like I've plateaued, I'm not getting any more out of this. This has been a message that's coming out as kind of a theme for a lot of the zodiac sign readings that I've done this month. And it's that we don't want to double down on the same things that we've been doing that have not really gotten the results that we've been wanting. And this is the example I'm giving. You have a salaried job, so it doesn't matter if you work 8 hours a day or 16 hours a day, right? It's not really all that worth it for you to burn yourself out working 16 hours a day if you're not really going to be earning more, or if there's no potential for a raise or for a promotion or whatever, right? If there's no benefit to you, why are you doubling down on it? Or as another example, say you're in a relationship and you've been trying to make it work, but here you are just continuing to try in the exact same way that you have, expecting different results, and you're never going to get those results ever. So things have to be altered. Things have to be modified. This is Pluto coming into Aquarius, okay? Things have to change to some degree. And we've kind of reached that point where we can analytically look and say, yes, this needs to change. This needs to be altered. And we're not all like emotionally invested in it. It's just a fact. If I want this result, this behavior is going to have to change. Okay, and especially as Mars comes into Pisces near the end of the month and makes its way through April, that's going to be a big behavioral time as well. Paying attention to the way we act and behave, okay? Because I feel like there is something inside of Libra with that sun card that really wants to come out. There's a bigness. And I feel that that's been a message for several months, really all year long since 2023, that there's some kind of a bigness that's trying to come out or that's wanting to come out, some creative something, some place for you to shine. And for some reason, maybe it's just felt a little blocked. Maybe it is the South Node in your sign. I'm not sure. But I do feel like there's something that wants to come out. Six of Swords reversed. This feels like spinning your wheels, and it goes hand in hand with the Seven of Coins. that you've tried to leave something behind, but you just kind of continue to find yourself back there again. Like it's something cyclical that's going on, and you've been struggling to find a way out of this cycle. You want to make your dreams real, and I do believe you have the absolute best intentions, but something just keeps coming back around. And you may actually, and this is very Piscean, very Pisces season, you may actually kind of throw your hands up to spirit, to the universe, to God, and say, I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to get out of this. Please help me. And I believe asking for help during this time, it's good to do that all the time anyway, but I think because the veil can be very thin during this time, you are more likely to receive the guidance that you need, that there is an element of spirit that can more easily touch your life, and you're more receptive to it as well. Especially if you really don't know how to get out of this cycle and you don't know how or which changes to really make. Because I think your vision is here on your dream. Your vision is here on your ultimate goal, but you're kind of looking at where you currently are, 7 of Coins, and you're like, I don't know any other way to do it. I'm at a loss. So universe, spirit, show me. Now that may come in through other people, okay? Lessons and conversations and information that other people can provide can be really beneficial so long as you are receptive to it. Okay. Well, I like that the kings are reversed because it does feel like your stubbornness, and we all have stubbornness in us somewhere, okay? So I feel like your stubbornness is kind of getting out of the way. I think it's getting out of the way because you realize that it has to, because you realize that it's not beneficial for you to be stubborn, at least not right now. When you are needing to grow and you are needing actual changes in your life and you're wanting to see more results, you don't have, it doesn't make sense for you to stay in this same mindset, okay? And I kind of am seeing a humbling with these king cards reversed. You're kind of getting down off your high horse. Not that I'm saying that you're all this arrogant person or whatever, but I do think you're kind of, maybe life circumstances have humbled you. And maybe there was an area of your life where you were trying to exert your control and you were trying to make something be what it needed to be. Maybe you were fighting against advice or fighting against counsel because it didn't feel right to you or something. As much as I love being guided by intuition right now, sometimes I feel like it's a little too easy to mistake comfort with intuition. And right now, comfort and intuition are two very different things. Okay? I believe that discomfort is actually a really good sign. Discomfort, like agitation and irritation, that's a good marker that suggests that you're growing. Okay, so putting yourself in circumstances where you do not feel strong and you do not feel confident, that is a sign that you are finally doing something different enough that is going to get you the growth that you seek. And it's going to help you get out of your trapped situation. Now, usually with the 8 of Swords, this is more mental. There's like mental traps, mental walls, but I see you breaking those down. But it's not going to feel stable. And maybe Libra, you need to go through a period of instability. When I say that, it doesn't mean your whole life is falling apart. It doesn't mean you're not going to be able to pay your rent or your mortgage. Okay, it doesn't mean that. But it just means that you're going to feel kind of like you don't have your footing. And you are going to have a lot of doubts, and you are going to have a lot of questions, and you are going to have a lot of concerns. And that's a good sign. I think that's where you want to be as we're starting this new year. Pluto in Aquarius, just in general, it really isn't about control, personal control. I think we might see more things like that from like a government level, okay? But I think from a personal level, it's not about having all this control over your life. This is about pushing past the boundary and being willing to move into unknown territory. And moving into unknown territory can be scary. It's explorative, but man, oh man, can it expand your whole world. And I think to a degree, that's what Libra is really craving. Okay? So let's take a look here at the clarifiers. So for those of you who are new here, the cards I'm about to pull out are the cards we will talk about in the comprehensive reading. We usually talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. So if you want to join me, you are more than welcome. All the information will be found in the description box in the comment thread down below. So let's go ahead and take a look at this Four of Cups. What is it? Libra needs to know here. Three of Cups. Another King of Cups. And an Empress. She's been coming out quite a bit. And I love the Empress for Libra because this is, Venus, and you're Venus ruled. So it's kind of like it's a Libra card. One of the Libra cards. Okay, and then we have a Ten of Wands. The Hermit. Chariot. Happy to see the Chariot always. Judgment. Page of Swords. And Two of Swords. The Lovers on top of the Sun with the Devil's been coming out quite a bit this month. With another Sun. Another Four of Cups. Nine of Cups. Temperance. Temperance really offering a lot of serenity for this month. Six of Swords. The Fool. There's the Libra card. The Magician. Beautiful. I'm so happy to see that Six of Cups. Page of Coins. The Tower. The Hierophant. Three of Coins. Knight of Coins. And Ace of Cups. Love to see that. Final card. All right, so this is where we're going to pick up. So if you want to join, again, all the info is down below. Thank you so much, Libra. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.